Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode with your girl, Audrey Codner from ACG Math Tutoring. Hopefully you guys are having an awesome Thursday. It has been jam-packed over here, but what we're going to do today is going to be quick and dirty. Yeah, we're going to be doing a little bit of SAT prep. So I know some of you guys like, oh, well, I don't want to do the GED. I'm doing the ASVAB. Well, guess what, people? Algebra is algebra. Math is math. So a lot of the stuff that we're going to be talking about is also covered in GED, ASVAB, ACCUPLACER, SAT, ACT, everything from A to Z. So, hey, if anything, if you haven't done any of those and you're not doing any of those exams and you just want to test your math skills, come on in. This is the live for you. So, let's get started. As I said, this is going to be quick and dirty. So, a bus is traveling at a constant speed along a straight portion of a road. The equation D equals 30t gives the distance in feet from the road marker that the bus will travel t seconds after passing the marker. How many feet from the marker will the bus be 2 seconds after passing the marker? Now, there's a whole lot of nothing going on here. One, they give us a great equation. So anytime they give us an equation, all right, we're going to follow along. D is going to be your distance, and T is going to be your time in seconds. And they want to know what's happening 2 seconds after you pass that marker. So, are you A, 30, B, 32, C, 60, or D, 90? Okay? So go ahead and just put your answer right into the comments. If it's an A, 30, B, 32, C, 60, or D, 90. All right, we're getting a whole slew. Thank you, everybody, for coming on in. Oh, I see you, Candy. How'd you do in your test? So I'm seeing a whole lot of C's. I do have a 60 with a C. Okay, no doubt whatsoever. Here we go. All we're doing is we're just taking, we have our 30 times our T. Our T is 2 seconds. So 30 times 2 gives me 60. So my answer is going to be C, 60. Okay, now for the next one. For a particular machine that produces beads, 29 out of every 100 bead it produced has a defect. A bead produced by the machine will be selected at random. What is the probability of selecting a bead that has a defect? Is it A, 1 in 29 hundredths? Is it B, 1 29ths? Is it C, 29 out of 100? Or is it D, 29 tenths? Go ahead and put your answer right into the chat. Okay. Yes, Ron, it will get progressively harder because that's basically what the SAT generally does. Okay, it's got to warm you up. All right, so I'm seeing a whole bunch of C's, the 29 over 100. Nicely done. That's the person's name, nicely done. All right, excellent, guys. Good job. Because they told you right here in the beginning, 29 out of every 100 beads has a defect. Ooh, sorry about that line. And they just want to know how many of the beads has a defect. Well, 29 out of 100, right? I realize I had to do more steps. Okay. All right. All right, Candy, I see you. Didn't finish, but you ran out of time. Okay. Yep, I believe you, MJ. Yes, a lot of people will generally overthink as well. All right, so here we go for the next one. What is the y-intercept of the graph? Let me make the graph a little bit bigger so you guys can kind of see. All right, so what is my y-intercept? So is it A, negative 80? Is it B, negative 60? C, 06? Or D, 08? Okay, so I got a whole bunch of D's, Ron with a D, my blank with a D, Franklin, with a D, Gabriel with a D, Sade or Sadie, sorry, with a D. Your girl Mar with a D. Good. No competition here. Okay, y-intercept. Let me introduce that. That is when your x value is equal to 0. So right away, A and B is out. And if you take a look at the graph, it's where it crosses your y-axis. See the y up top? Okay, this is your y-axis. Where is our graph crossing the y-axis? And it's a positive 8. So we have 0, 8. All right, excellent, guys. Good job. All right, so let's see. Which expression is equivalent to 2x squared plus x minus 9 plus x squared plus 6x plus 1? Is your answer choice A, B, C, or D? Okay, so which expression is equivalent to 2x squared plus x minus 9 plus x squared plus 6x plus 1? Is it A, B, C, or D? Hey, my Jenkins, how are you? It's been a minute. Okay, good. Jada's saying D. Anthony's saying D. Good. We got Frank with a D. Yaya with a D. User 13 got a D. Good. Jose, D. I see you, Sadie. Excellent. All right. So this is how we're going to have our 2x squared plus x squared. So I know if I add the 2x squared and the x squared, remember there's a 1 that's in front of it, that automatically is going to give me 3x squared. So just with that information, A and B are done. Process elimination. Now, if I notice, C and D very similar except for the last two numbers, right? So why don't I see if I can add up my constants? So I have a negative 9 plus 1. So negative 9 plus 1, that'll give me a negative 8. So that's why my answer choice is D. Okay, so sometimes we can just take a look at some things and then just go ahead and mark it off. All right. So, mommy duties. Oh, I feel you. I feel you. I don't have kids, but you know. All right, it's okay. So we're just gonna make some kind of. Oh, sorry. Let me shrink this bad boy down a little bit. All right. So here we go with another novel. Okay. And an analyst, there we go. An analyst collected data on the price of a carton of grape tomatoes at 30 locations selected at random in Utah. Do we need to know this? I don't know. The mean price of the carton of grape tomatoes in Utah was estimated to be $4.23, with an associated margin of error at 8 cents. Which of the following is a plausible statement about the mean price of the carton of grape tomatoes for all locations that sell this product in Utah? Is it A, it's between $4.15 and $4.31? Is it B, it's either less than $4.15 or greater than $4.31? C, is it less than $4.15? Or D, it is greater than $4.31? All right, so I'm seeing a sea of A's. Okay, Candy, my favorite John, my Philly Papes, what's up? We got Josh, we got Bethany, Becca, Ron, Anthony, Egg, Deborah, is that Electra? Okay, are all saying A. All right, thank you for the follow, the blue. And Dwayne, appreciate that. All right, so here we go. First of all, we need to know what the margin of error is. So if we're saying that the mean is going to be 423, the margin of error is you're either going to have 8 cents more than the mean or 8 cents less than the mean. So that means you're either going to take the 423, add 8 to it, which will give us our 431. Or we're going to subtract 8 from this, which gives us our 415. So we know it's going to be somewhere between the 415 and the 431. So the key part of this is to know what is margin of error. Okay, so we're looking at you're either adding or subtracting that 8 cents with your mean. And the X with the line over top means the mean. And the mean was the $4.23. Okay. If Johnny had 5 apples, I know, Michael, it's usually not 5 apples. It's always something like ridiculous. Like if Johnny had like 27 apples and 4 pears and 28 watermelons, how does he hopscotch across the way? Like, it's always some weird stuff, right? All right. So number 6. Okay, we are going to be going relatively fast this time because I don't have a whole lot of time. I just tried to fit it all in here as best I can, okay? So what value of X is the solution to the given equation? Okay, what value of X? Okay, Shine, double check it. You're very close, okay? So if I put a number in for X, what would give this a true statement of 2.8? There you go. There you go. We got 4 tenths. We got 2 tenths, 2 tenths, 2 tenths, 2 tenths. Got a 4 tenths. We got 2 tenths. All right. Yes, there we go. Okay. There we are. There we go. Good. All right. If you wanted to, you could have done 2.8. Oops. Almost lost an 8. Minus the 2.6. And that right here, boom, you get your 0.2. Okay, you get your 2 tenths. All right. Okay. Out of 300 seeds that was planted, 80% sprouted. How many of these How many of these seeds sprouted? Okay. All right. So Ron's got me with 60. MAJ saying 240. David 240. Mango. MJ. Ron going back to it. Victoria. Letcher Franklin. Cat Lover. Cynthia. Big Black. Big Black. I like that. Sorry. Oliver. J. Okay. Addie. Good. T1. User 81. Okay. T1M saying 60, but everyone's saying 240. Okay. Shine. Johnny 240. You were too quick. It's like I knew the problem was there. Good. Red but black. Okay. Big red. Like big red. All right. Good. Nice. 240. That's it. So if we're looking at a total of 300 of those seeds, we want to know how many. So we got 0.80. So easiest way for me to do it is 8 times 3 gives me 24. And then I have 1, 2, 3 zeros that's come into play. But when I multiply, I'm basically counting how many decimal places are used for each of the digits. There's no decimal place here. There's 2 decimal places here. That means my answer should also be 2 decimal places. So starting on the end, 1, 2. So that gives me 240. All right. Okay. Let's take a look. All right. For the linear function f, b is a constant, and f of 7 equals 28. What is the value of b? Is it 0 for A, 1 for B, 4 for C, or 7 for D? Let me make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so for the linear function, which is f of x equals 4x plus b, b is the constant, f of 7 equals 28. What is the value of b? So I got a couple of A's, I got a couple of C's. All right, got a follower or two. Thank you so much. Okay, so I got some A's, getting some C's. Okay, we're starting to get a little battle between the A and the C. Okay, thank you, fake guys, for the follow. We got a C, we got an A with a question mark. Okay, we got omen. There we are. The y-intercept of 0. Okay. Well, at least we all know it's not going to be B and it's not going to be 7, which is D. So this is what's happening. The f of 7. Notice the 7 is in the same spot where x is for the original. So that means if I plug that 7 in for the x, so I've got 4 times 7 plus b. And they're saying that the f of 7 equals 28. So that means this lovely equation has to equal 28. Well, 4 times 7, guess what? That equals 28. And we want to know which one of these numbers, if I add it to this 28, will equal this 28. Well, if I don't add anything to it, it's going to be exactly the same. That's why my answer is A. Okay. All right. So for those that were telling me C's, okay, if I plugged in, that's why we put this information in here first, and we wanted to know what was going to take the place of the B to make this into a true statement. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So number 9. So right triangles LMN and PQR are similar, where L and M correspond to P and Q respectively. Angle M has a measure of 53 degrees. What is the measure of angle Q? Is it A, 37, B, 53, C, 127, or D, 143? Okay, so I'm seeing a bunch of V's, seeing a whole bunch of B's. I got Brother Bear with an A. I got a 3. Okay. So I got a whole bunch of follows. Thank you so much for the follows and the share of the lives. I appreciate that. Okay, so we got a whole bunch of B's, got an A, got a C. Hold on, I'm stacking up behind. Okay, so we got A's, we got a B, we got an A. Okay. All right. So Big Black Jerk saying B, Angela saying A and B. Okay. All right, we love math. Awesome. Why is your name Tone Fungus? Can't wait to have dinner. Saying B. Thank you so much for the rose. I appreciate that. All right, so let's just say we could draw the right triangles, but this is what's happening. We got L, we got M, and we have N. And they're saying that they're similar. So the other triangle is going to be P, Q, and R. So what L is, that's what P is going to be. What M is, that's what Q is going to be. What N is, that's what R is going to be. So they're saying angle M is 53 degrees. And they want us to figure out what angle Q is. Well, M and Q are matched up. So that means this is also 53 degrees. Answer is B. Okay. User 13, I just try to fit in as best I can right now because this is the time where tutors generally, including myself, is starting to get busy. Some people started second quarter already, and first quarter, a lot of these kiddos did not do all that great. So I just try to get on as best I can. Do I tutor statistics? Is it college statistics? High school statistics is sometimes very interesting. Okay. That must be wrong. Okay, that's fine. No. Never doubt yourself. Okay, just keep it simple. Doctorate level? That is not me, girl. Okay, so the times does vary. All right, so let's see how much more. I'm going to try to get this and possibly see if I can fit 2 more pages. If I can get 15 problems done today, that will be a good start, okay? All right, so what is the equation of the line that passes through point 0,5 and is parallel to the graph of y equals 7x plus 4 on the xy plane? Is it A, y equals 5x? Is it B, y equals 7x plus 5? Is it C, y equals 7x? Or D, y equals 5x plus 7? Now, remember, as you guys are in here, if there's a question that you're not sure of, please put a question mark down. Okay, put a question mark down. Because then you're still involved in the party sense of it. Okay. 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 Oh, that's good that the lives are helping you. All right, good. Thank you so much for your honesty, guys, with the question marks. I appreciate that. You know, that kind of gives me an idea. All right. Computer's acting cray-cray. All right. OMG. Okay. Anyone else? All right. Okay. So, like I said, I don't have a particular time. Okay, so you need to pass yours? Yes. So I do tutoring. Actually, I recently helped someone pass their elementary math praxis. So if you do need help, you can get help. So now, let's take a look. They're giving us some clues. 1, they're saying parallel. 2, they're giving us a point, 0,5. That's our y-intercept. So if we're looking for an equation, the equation that we're always setting up is our y equals mx plus b. Okay? Your m, that's your slope. Slope we all know as rise over run. Your b, that's your y-intercept. I think you can see this now. That's your y-intercept. So they're telling us that our y-intercept is going to be 5, okay? It passes through this point. So that means our y-intercept is going to be 5. Right away, I'm taking a look. This 5 is indication of slope. That's not what they're saying. All right? They're also telling us that it's going to be parallel to this equation. One thing you need to know about parallel lines, their slopes are the same. So we have a slope that's a 7. We have a y-intercept that is 0,5 or just a 5. The only one that matches that description is going to be B. It gives us our slope. Parallel lines have the same slope. So the slopes had to be 7. Right away, A and D is out. They gave us a y-intercept, 0,5. The only one that gave us a y-intercept was B. Okay? So you could have gotten the answer by just looking at the y-intercept. Boom, circle it, click it, move on. Or if you want to devise it a little bit more, you can do it a little bit more by looking at the slope. Okay? All right. Okay. So now, here's my thing. Freedom Rider, love you to death, but this is the thing. This is a timed assessment. You don't want to spend too much time. You have to get used to and familiar with the formula. Okay? You could probably do it as a visual. I'm a visual learner as well. But remember, if you guys are going to do the ASVAB, you have a minute or even less to do per problem. Okay, that's from someone that just passed the ASVAB for me. Okay, you have like a minute to do a problem. Okay, some of us are so particular, let me draw it out. You ain't got time. Okay. All right. So we want to kind of work on our speed as well as our knowledge as best we can. Okay. Yep. All right. So let's go. Let's see if we can get this page and possibly number 15 done. Okay. All right. So I think you guys can see this. If not, I might have to shrink it down a little bit more. Okay, can you guys see the answer choices, or is it in the way? Oh, you just did your ASVAB. Awesome. You can see it? Okay, awesome. So which of the following equations is the most appropriate linear model for the data shown in the scatter plot? Is it A, y equals negative 1.1 and 9/10 x minus 10 and 1/10? Is it B, y equals negative 1.9x plus 10.1? Is it C, y equals positive 1.9x minus 10.1? Or is it D, y equals 1.9x plus 10.1? I know I had to shorten it. Okay, thanks for the share. Appreciate it. All right, so what we have a couple B's. Thanks for sharing the live, Freedom Rider. Definitely not C or D. Okay, we got whatever would be a symbol I'm not sure of. Would it be Zach B, Samuel? Okay, Cinco Cinco. Okay, Ocho Cinco. We got that question mark. Okay, thank you. Okay, Camden with B, whatever. We got an A, Candy with a B, Anthony with a C, Yaz with a question mark. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Yes, good. All right, so we got a mixture of almost everything except. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at the graph itself. From left to right, what's happening to our graph? Okay, from left to right, what's going on with the graph? Okay. It's declining. Thank you, Ashley. Okay. It's going down. It's decreasing, not increasing from left to right. As my X's are increasing, my Y's are decreasing. Okay. So that tells me I'm going to have a negative slope. So remember we were talking about the equation of the line? Y equals mx plus b. Okay. The m is our slope. So right away, C and D is gone because both of them have a positive slope. Now, the y-intercept, the B, that's where it crosses the y-axis. So this, we have one that's at a negative 10.1 and the other one's at a positive 10.1. Well, my X's are positive, my Y's are positive. So if it's going to be somewhere around here, that means we're dealing with the one that has a positive y-intercept. So our answer will be B. Okay, so we had to be familiar with what is the equation of the line. That y equals mx plus b. Really had to get familiar with that. GED people, anything dealing with slope, anything dealing with the equation of the line is considered a 4-point question. Do not give those points away, okay? You cannot skip those type of problems and expect to pass. Numbers wise, it's not going to work out for you, okay? You probably do well with the arithmetic part of it, but then when it comes down to slope, the equation of the line, system of equations, anything like that, if you skip it, you're not going to pass, okay? But if you can get 3, possibly 4 of those 4-point questions, and you do pretty well with the arithmetic, you will pass the GED, okay? I've had too many people do well with it, okay? And for those that are taking the ASVAB, if you see anything dealing with slope, you're doing really well. That means you're like in the early 50s. Okay. All right. Number 12. A model predicts that the population of Bergen was 15,000 in 2005. The model also predicts that each year for the next 5 years, the population increased by 4% of the previous year's population. Which equation best represents this model, where X is the number of years after 2005, for x is less than or equal to 5. So is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, so for those that are taking the SAT, roughly the first few questions are pretty decent. And, they kind of give you a sense of encouragement. You're doing well. Now we're talking about medium style questions. Okay, so now they're trying to give you more, as I like to say, novels that you have to read through. So I'm seeing a whole bunch of D's. I'm seeing a B or D from Ron. Here we go. Black Queen is saying D. All right. Cold Game is saying B. Okay, Match Point said D. Is that Shay is saying D? Kane is saying D with a question mark. Okay. You're leaning with B though? Okay. Okay. All right. Thanks for the follow. Kim in Atlanta is saying D. Zicky is saying B. All right. Okay. Chavez is saying A. Is that Lena? Is saying D. I want to make sure I get the right pronunciation. Thank you. Okay, now you're D. Ron's like, never mind, I'm going to skip. All right. So let's take a look. Look at your answer choices. All of them are representing an exponential function. Okay, exponential functions usually look like this. They'll give you an A times your B raised by a power. Your A is always your starting point. That should sound familiar. It's kind of like your y-intercept. So what they did was they started off with 15,000. So the 15,000 should be in that A's position. That's why A and B are not an option, because they have my 0.96, they have my 1.4. The B is basically the rate. Now, this is what's happening. It's increasing by 4%. So if it's increasing, you're going to have that first year plus the 4% that's growing each and every year. So inside the parenthesis is representing the rate. This 0.96 is not showing the increasing. This is showing the decreasing. Okay. So if I take a look inside this parenthesis, if I see 1.04 and the increase rate was 4%, this is showing growth. Okay. This is the part that's showing growth. So my answer choice is going to be D. So the 15,000 is what we started with back in, 2005. It's increasing by 4%. So that means this needs to be larger than 1. Okay. And of course, everybody's like, well, what about the 5? Where would the 5 go? Well, the 5 will probably be the year, but we're not worried about that because that's exactly where we're going to put the 5 is there. But they want the setup. They don't want us to solve it. Okay. All right. Okay. Do I study for the T's test? Yes. All right. So we just knowing a little bit exponential growth or decay. All right. Let's see if we can get these last two together, and then I'm going to have to bid adieu. All right. So we have 2a plus 8b equals 198. 2a plus 4b equals 98. All right, the solution to the given system of equations is A, comma, B. What is the value of B? Okay, if you know about system of equations, we want to know where do they intersect. So we can solve this one of two ways. Let's see what you guys can come up. All right. Oh, they want me to set it up. How can you tell they want you to set it up? Well, when they said, what is the equation? So that was the whole premise. That was the question. They just asked, what was the equation? Okay. All right. So I got a B. I got some 50s. I got a 25. I got a 2. Okay. Yep. I know it's a nursing school entry exam. Yep. So you guys have a lot of adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, fractions, decimals, percents, noticing conversions. And if you are a nursing person and you are not following a blessed RN, definitely follow her because she knows how to break down in simple terms how to do your dosage calculations. So it's a blessed RN. I'll see if I can put it in chat unless my computer will decide to blow up. Okay. Yeah, I just put it in the chat, a blessed RN. Blessings squared. How are you? Good. I'm seeing a lot. Okay. Yes. Now, when you have two equations like this, we can do one of two ways. We can either do substitution, and I'm going to tell you that takes too long, but let's do elimination. So I want to find the value of B. So that means in order for me to get rid of my A's, I'm going to need to subtract these two equations together. Because when I do that, 2A minus 2A, they cancel out. They'll give me 0. And I don't need the 0 as a placeholder because I have the rest of this I have to pay attention to. Now I have 8B minus 4B. That gives me 4B. And then I have 198 minus 98. So that will give me my 100. And if I want to solve for B, I divide both sides by 4. 4 divided by 4 will give me 1B or just B. And then 100 divided by 4 will give me 25. Think of it. I got $1, 4 quarters. That means each quarter is 25 cents. Okay. All right. Awesome. All right, let's get with our last one. Okay, the expression 90y to the 5th minus 54y to the 4th is equivalent to ry to the 4th times 15y minus 9, where r is a constant. What is the value of r? And you're like, what? Let me read it again. So we got the expression 9y to the 5th minus 54y to the 4th. It's going to be equivalent to ry to the 4th times 15y minus 9. Okay, r is going to be a constant. They want to know what is r. Wouldn't what be a 0 then? Ron, can you follow up with your question? Wouldn't that be a 0 then? Okay, so AJH is saying, wouldn't that be a 0 then? Okay, so AJH is saying 6. Well, sorry, number 13. No, it's not going to be 0 because you're trying to find what B was. You weren't trying to find A. Okay. Can you hear me now? I'm on mute. Can you hear me now? Okay, you hear me? Okay. All right. Thank you, Sugar. Sugar.co. All right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to that. Sorry. I was just like, let me just try to get all this stuff. Okay. All right. So, what's happening here is basically we're trying to factor things out. So if you notice, we have our y to the 5th and we have y to the 4th. what they have in common is y to the fourth, right? So if I do 90 and I do 54, what number does 90 and 54 have in common? That will be 6, y to the fourth. Okay, so we can do it this way. I know inside this parenthesis is going to be 15y minus 9. Or you can do this. What's 90 divided by 15? If I do 90 divided by 15, that will give me 6. If I did 54 divided by 9, and both of them are negative, that will also give me 6. So we just want to know what r is. And r is the number that's in front of our y to the fourth. So r is equal to 6. So this dealt with factoring. Okay, factoring with the GCF. So your GCF was 6y to the fourth. Then you took your 90 divided by 6, gave you your 15. Y to the fifth, took out 4 y's, it gives you 1 y left. All right. Then the same thing. No, it's going to be 6. All right. So then you have your 54. Okay, so your 54 divided by 6, that will give you your 9. And all we need to know was what was that coefficient. Okay. All right. So tomorrow, I have no idea. I'm rolling with the punches. I just want to see. It might be in the afternoon, maybe a little bit later. But I know you don't want to leave. But I have to go. Okay. So a couple things that I want to address before we skedaddle into our own little worlds. Eventually this will move. Here we go. Okay, so if you go here, say you guys came a little bit later and you're like, man, I wish I could get the problems that they were doing earlier. If you go here, type in here, okay, go ahead and subscribe. It's a free subscription, okay? Give me a few because it's going to be crazy for me to upload. So you'll see all of my uploads from February the 2nd and everything that I've done with some of the practice problems I have here, some stuff from ASVAB, some stuff for TEAS test, HESI test, GED, ACCUPLACER. It's like a whole slew of stuff in there. And then I also have, especially early on, I did a lot of individual things like factoring. So if you guys had problems with that factoring problem, we can do that. Do I offer online courses? Yes, I do. I also offer tutoring. So if anything, if you guys need a tutor, especially if it's during the day, that seems to be happening a little bit more so. But I also have courses. This is where you can go to sign up for the courses for the GED, ASVAB, ACCUPLACER, TEAS test, HESI test, maybe even homeschool parents. If you want to do foundation to algebra, you can do that as well. All right. So I'm going to have to skedaddle, but if you want to know when I go live, there is a heart that's right next to my name. Go ahead and click on that and join in the fun. I'm going to try. I've been trying to do some things with TikTok, but sometimes there's so many restrictions, I just can't take it. But probably going to continue on with more of the SAT stuff for tomorrow. And then I'm probably going to finish up some of the arithmetic reasoning that I started with the ASVAB. All right. So where? Oh, it's right next to my name. There should be like a heart with a crown on it. Okay. So I have to get going. Thank you so much for coming in. Again, if you need a tutor, I normally charge $92, being very transparent. Yes, $92 per 1 hour session. But for my TikTokers, I'm doing it for $77. So if you're serious about getting a tutor and you're just like, I need help. You're taking college algebra courses. You're trying to get your ASVAB. You might just need a refresher before you take your ASVAB. That's the best thing to do. Okay? All right. So I'm going to get going. Again, here you go for a quick snapshot. I'm going to take this down and turn the live off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. Have a lovely day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye now.